I now call upon Shantanu Naidu, founder, Goodfellows India, to deliver the keynote address.
Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you here. I don't know how you heard about this event, whether it's one of my very silly Instagram invitations or if it's the week or however you've come here now, and I'm glad you're here. That was a lovely story, sir, and that is quite the representation of the epidemic of loneliness in India. That's coming, that's already here, and that's going to manifest in ways that we might not be prepared to address. But everyone keeps talking about aging as a problem to solve. And I want to start it a little bit more on a positive note where all the youngsters that you see in this room are good fellows, and these good fellows have spent thousands of hours in the living rooms and the houses and the environments of senior citizens as their grandkids. And the one thing that they see when they go and spend time as auxiliary family members, if you might, is not them as statistics, as Sir said, and demographics and data points, but very real people with very real lived experiences and emotions and stories that have racked up over decades. And I think today, the foundation of whatever we're going to talk about and whatever we're going to discuss and whatever ideas come to mind should be the fact that all these human beings are stories that are accumulated over a period of time and are now entering a phase where they're going to need us. We are going to talk about important things like technology and advanced digital care and personal care and all kinds of disruptions in the industry and the economy and the size of it, etc., of course. But while we remember what we're doing in terms of designing products and services, I think, and I don't say this lightly or as a simple inspiration point in a keynote speech, I think you need to remember whenever you're designing all this, that you are literally designing what the second half of a human being's life is going to be in India. And nobody has given this credible thought. For our Indian standards and for global standards, we in this room are starting the journey of answering the question, what is it like to age in India? What is it like to spend the second half of my life in India? And I think that question has a lot of gravity, and I'm so glad that there are thought leaders like you coming into this room and saying, let's figure it out. I think this space gets looked at in two ways. One is the hyper-utilitarian and hyper need-based clinical utility space, whereas the second half thinks that it's a niche market that's about to boom anytime, so what can we do in it? But I would like to offer a third perspective, which is a combination of a level of professional seriousness and a deep connection to the people that you're trying to serve. It means that all the innovations that you're coming up with in terms of infrastructure or in terms of personal care, in terms of medical aid or whatever it is, it needs to be rooted in dignity, soul, and respect for this particular generation, because I believe, irrespective of whether you're a for-profit, whether you're a non-profit, or whether you're just a sustainable model or a social enterprise, serving this demographic needs you to be connected to them. This is not a demographic where you can just scale a particular service as you would for any other demographic, because it is so diverse and it is so rich in all the kinds of conditioning that they've gone through. And it is also so fragile that if you truly want to serve it and serve your own purpose at the same time, you really need to be connected on a deep emotional and soul level with this demographic. It's almost like you're building a world for the people who built the world for us. So it's payback, but it is also a way of building a world for us, because whatever we build now is what we are going to use. I already have white hair, by the way. I saw it in the mirror this morning. I was not too elated. And I kept thinking that I'm going to the Silver Economy Summit. I have silver. I have traces of it. And I don't know if it's stress or aging. I don't know. But it just hit me that the time that whatever we design is going to be used by us is not very far. So think of you yourself as a user in terms of whatever you're designing and have that emotional connection. So yeah, no matter how much lucrative, disruptive, advanced. You guys are going to come up with all kinds of solutions. The one thing, irrespective of whether the demographic is senior citizens or not, one thing you would remember for this space is that the basic need for human beings is to be acknowledged in their existence, is to be respected in the fact that they exist, and to be heard, and to be seen, and to be made to feel alive within the life that they're already living. So as long as you keep that as the essence and the crux of whatever you're going to do in the senior care space, I think we should be fine. I think we should be more than fine, but that would be a great fundamental value system where in 5 years you will see so many companies enter this space because of the sheer lucrative opportunities that exist. If we have laid out the value system like this, I think that would be a great starting point. So I'll leave you with this. I think that we are way past in terms of helping people to live longer. I think that's pretty much taken care of, almost to a fault. I think the average age would very likely go to 110, 120 based on the medical interventions, etc. But I think what we are looking for in this room is how do we make people feel alive while they're living whatever extended period of life that we're offering them. And that's what we are, I think, going to go for. So lead with empathy and kindness, and doesn't matter if you are a for-profit and if profits are your focus, and if you want to tap into the silver economy 5,000 crore opportunity base. But that does not mean it's mutually exclusive to have the best interests of the seniors at heart, no matter how utilitarian your own venture might be. It can be something as lucrative as medical devices or Goodfellows, who are companions. So always remember that the seniors want to feel seen, that they are lonely, and no matter what it is that you do, there is always an opportunity to address these 2 points, no matter if you're for-profit or whatever it is. So understand the senior base, understand how they operate, understand what they feel, what they need, what they trust, what they don't trust. And that's the whole purpose of why we brought you all into the same room, so that you can talk to each other more than listen to us, and figure out together how are we going to age as a country. So I'm glad to be here, I'm glad to see you here, and I'm going to have a lot of conversations on stage, off stage with you guys. We have some fun guests, we have some educational guests, now that they're mutually exclusive, but I look forward to all those conversations and to interact with you. I personally, and Goodfellows personally, is a young organization in the literal sense of the word, young in its incorporation and young in its demographic. Very likely whoever young you see and you point to them today in the room, it will be a good fellow. We've made sure of that. So do take the opportunity to speak to them as well, because your customers or your receiving entity is being addressed in the most emotional sense by these people. So they have insights that we will never get in a report. With that, I would like to kick this off, and thank you for being here. And I feel it in the air that this is the start of something really big in terms of senior care, something we really need to catch up on as a country. Thank you.